Now then, a little bit different from myself today. We're going to review the 90s weekend reload. It's 90s reload, isn't it, guys?
I think so, mate.
We think so. 90s reload. We've done the 80s. We smashed it. We completed it. So we're on to the 90s. Are we going to complete the 90s, guys?
Yep.
Hell yeah. We've got a massive hell yeah from the person sat in the front. And there's only 3 other people in here. But anyway, so I'm going to film it a little bit for you when we get to the actual location. We're just en route to Skeggy, or Skeg Vegas. So I hope you join me in this little adventure, and I will see you in a second.
The 90s.
All the way from beautiful Skeg Vegas, yes, Skegness, North Lincolnshire. And I went to the weekend of the 21st to the 23rd of June 2024. Absolute fantastic weekend. If you're wanting to get in jiggy with it, booyah, bling the bomb. Alrighty, all that and a bag of chips. Yes, all the 90s phrases are out. Booyah, talk to the hand, you motherfucker. Yes, the 90s catchphrase out the way. And yes, let's get to my review of the 90s weekend reloaded. Now, this weekend, absolute fantastic. Yes. Hopefully I'll have a couple of things playing in the background so you don't have to look at my ugly mug. But this weekend was, if you're easily offended, if you are easily offended, and you're thinking of going on one of these weekends, you're thinking, oh, I might try the 80s weekend. Don't go to the 80s weekend if you're easily offended. Maybe, you know, start off with the 90s weekend. The 90s weekend, comparing the two weekends, 80s and 90s, the 80s seems a little bit more, just that little bit extra. It just has that little bit extra. The 90s was fucking awesome. Don't get me wrong, folks. It was fucking awesome. So much fun. The ratio, this weekend was the best kind of ratio if you're looking for some fun in between the sheets. This weekend, compared to the 80s weekend, the ratio is slightly better. So like a 3 or 4 to 1 men. So you got four men to 1 women, where the 80s is more of a fucking sausage fest. Okay, for you ladies out there who want a bit of sausage, get your sausage on. Get your sausage on. I'm not fucking here judging you. But these weekends... It's an adult weekend. Adult shenanigans all over the place, and we love it. Love it. Again, we went, big group of us, 12, 13, 14 of us went. We all had a fantastic time, shared 2 apartments between each of us, and we just had a hell of a time. Hell of a time. Now, the weekend itself, you can get the weekend as cheap as... For 3 nights, you can get the weekend as cheap as $134. Now, I think we paid about $180 to $200, but we got the food packages and we got the slightly upper apartment. We didn't get the bog fucking standard one. I think I was pissed most of the weekend, but we got the yacht club food package, which is banging. Both the food packages are banging. But yes. Before I kick off with that, yeah, like I said, the 90s weekend, it was more, did see a lot of hen parties. I saw a lot of stag parties, and everyone was just having fun. Yes, the shenanigans happened. They're adults at the end of the day. Stag do's, hen parties, they were fucking having a good old time. That's a part of the weekend. These weekends have that sort of shenanigans going on. They do. But if that's what you go for, then really, you know, pick a swingers weekend. These weekends are just fucking pure fun, pure happiness, pure people getting away with their friends, having a good time with new friends they meet along the way. So yeah, if you're like worried that, oh, I don't want my boyfriend going on a stag do because he might cheat on me, you know. If you've already got them thoughts, you've already got them thoughts, haven't you? You know, and same if my wife's going on a stag, a Hindu. Oh no, she's going to come back with a clap. You've already got them thoughts, so you know, are your relationships in a good fucking place if you've already got them thoughts? I'm not one of them kind of YouTubers. I'm not a helper or sexual guru. I'm just a nerd who likes nerdy shit. And in the 90s, it was fucking full-on nerd fest. Nerd fest. Everyone was dressing up. Jurassic Park theme on the Friday night for my gang. Jurassic Park. Hopefully I'll have a couple of pictures up for you. And yes, I went to Sam Neill's character. Fucking raptor claw at ready. I was ready to hook some birds. Didn't happen. And then Saturday night, movie theme night. And yes, I went as Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil. Let me put myself in the corner so we can have a look at the 90s weekend itself. Not the weekend I've just gone to because I'm a and I didn't save the pictures for it. So we are looking at June 25th. So yes, I am in a corner now. Let me shift myself over so you can see the price. Yes, here we go. I'm over there now. And yes, 90s Reload the 20th to the 23rd of June 2025. Skegness, 3 nights from £134. Bargain. Fucking bargain. Now, I'm only going to go on the weekend what we did. So that was June just gone, 21st to the 23rd. We saw pretty much the same, similar lineup, similar. So we saw Cleopatra, we saw, and that was it. I don't think we saw, Basil Brush was there. Bingo Bango's always there. We saw, not this Take That tribute. Oh no, sorry. We saw Being Adam, the Bryan Adams tribute. We saw so Cleopatra stole that weekend performance-wise. Cleopatra stole the weekend. We saw Kenny Chesney. Well, he sang his own song, and then I was slightly annoyed. It's a 90s weekend. So I would imagine he would have sung covers of other 90s hits, but he didn't. He sang covers of hits, 80s, 90s, 2000s. A little bit of noise. You could have maybe stuck to the 90s. But saying that, he was having a fantastic time on the stage. All the performers were having a fantastic time on the stage. So you know, everyone's there at the weekend is there for a great fucking time. Myself, I generally didn't go for the bands. I went for my mates because we all have a good old bonding session. We all have a good old time getting back together. We're on and over having a drink and just having a plain old laugh in dress up. But you could tell the people there who go there to see the bands are having a fucking awesome time, which makes the performers have a fucking awesome time on the stage themselves. You could see it in their performance that they're having a hell of a weekend. Other performance we saw 3. I mean 5. Well, there's 3 of them now. We saw 5. 3. No, 5. 3. Yeah, we saw 5. Everybody get down. So, baby, when them lights go out, I don't mind a bit of 5. I've got to admit, and that was in the big 36 studio, which was fucking massive, absolute massive. Aircon as well, beautiful, beautiful. It's one of them weekends, especially during the summer. You're gonna get fucking hot and sweaty, not in between the sheets, on the dance floor. Throwing some moves, throwing them shapes about, baby. Other bands we saw was Kenny Thomas, and he was fantastic, absolute fantastic on the Sunday night. Definitely worth a watch. We saw Basil Brush, which I was slightly disappointed with. I did like Basil Brush growing up in the 90s, in the 80s and 90s. But it was, his act was a little bit, if he was at the front, you would have had a better time because they were throwing alcohol about and they had the Nerf gun, the water gun, but they filled it full of booze. I think you would have had a better time. But the jokes were a little bit stale. It was like he was It's an adults weekend, so I don't know why Basil just didn't fucking swear like a motherfucker, but he didn't. He sort of kept it PC in a way, in a fashion, which I didn't quite like. I struggled staying awake. Maybe that's because I didn't sleep much at the weekend. So yes, we saw 5. Everybody get up. 1, 2, 3. 3 will make you get down. Yeah, we saw 5 in the big Studio 36. Was fucking phenomenal. They were having, you could tell it in their performance as well, they were having a fucking fantastic time. They had a little bit of a music malfunction, but they just fucking rid through it like nothing had happened. Absolute awesome. A bit of a, I don't mind 5 or 3. I don't mind them. They're pretty good. Out of all the boy bands from the 90s, they were probably my favourite. You could just tell with their performance, they were loving the weekend, and the guys and the people that I attended were loving the weekend. Everyone was dancing the 5 moves. Everyone was dancing to 5. People getting fingered all over the place. All that shenanigans going on in Studio 36. And then one of the other performances we saw Cleopatra, who actually stole the show, stole the whole weekend performance-wise. They were just fucking, they outperformed everyone. Then Kenny Thomas was on. He was fantastic, great voice, absolute stunning voice. And so much fun. Like I said, I generally don't go for the band, so I wasn't really bothered if we'd gone to this band who started at 8. Because there was 911 on, there was Bean Adams. I'm pretty sure I might have seen a little bit of Bean Adams, but at that point of the night, I was pretty wrecked. It is an expensive weekend while you're locked into Butlins. You're locked into Butlins, so yes, it's going to be an expensive weekend. So if you're just relying on going to the Jellyfish or the Centre Stage or Reds and buying drinks from them places, you're gonna fucking rack up a bill. 5, I'm pretty sure it's close to £6 a pint of I think recordedly strawberry and lime, or even Madry was about £6 a pint. £6 fucking quid. You could wrap yourself up a fucking bit of a bill. Burger King is there, so even Burger King prices for the food itself is gonna rack up. So I highly suggest getting the food package. The food package is definitely well worth it. So if you don't go for a food package, here is some of the exquisite cuisine you could find yourself having at Skegness Butlins. Rock and Soul, the fish and chip shop. That's actually pretty decent fish and chips. The diner, never went. Firehouse Grill looks fucking absolute. It does look banging. And the Beachcomber. And the Beachcomber Inn, which your genuine Weatherspoons, yeah, Hungry Horse type of fucking restaurant slash pub. Then you get, there's a Costa, there's Seaside Treats, there's a fat pasty. Whew, pasty. After a night out, are you fucking kidding me? Get in my belly, you fat pasty. Scoops Ice Cream. I don't think this was open during the 90s weekend, and same again, I don't think it's open during the weekend, the 80s weekend. They do have great value plans, which I do highly recommend. Happy Hour, the Deck and the Yacht Club Happy Hour. I'm not sure what they are, to be honest with you. But this time we went for the Yacht Club food package, which was, you get your breakfast, which I think it's 7 till 11, and you get your tea, evening meal, which I don't know the time to the evening meal. I do apologize. So this time we went for the Yacht Club Ultimate Dining Experience. It sounds fancy, but it's not. You'll be completely spoilt for choice with our premium breakfast. Now, breakfast was banging, but let me continue. And dinner buffet options on your big weekender, from freshly cooked eggs in the morning to get the day started right, to exciting new flavors every evening and live cooking stations. There's something for everyone. Right, so the breakfast was absolutely fantastic. So all unlimited buffet breakfast with a selection of cooked and continental options. So in the Skegness one, I don't know if it's different in Minehead or Bangor, but there is a fantastic BLT sort of grill section where they'll cook you a BLT or a triple stacker or a sausage butty. Banging. Get yourself over there. I highly recommend that. It might be a bit of a queue. Highly recommend that fucking BLT hit the fucking spot. Full English breakfast. It's hit and miss. It's hit and miss. You could get there right as they're putting the scrambled eggs out, right as they're putting the bacon or sausage out, and you could get yourself a banging full English breakfast, but it's a buffet. So you might get there towards the end, and you know, the scrambled eggs might be a bit watery, shall we say. The bacon might be a bit cool and crispy, and the sausage might be a fucking baton. But other than that, I highly recommend these packages. I really do. It is hit and miss. It's a breakfast buffet at the end of the day. You can find something good. So if you go, I only eat bacon, you might as well skip this off. You will find anything you want to eat. They have fruit, they have toast, they have butties, they have a full English, they have yogurts, they have, you know, everything in the breakfast, everything you can think of. A continental section, you've got cheese balls, you've got little salami selections, you've got it all. You've got cereal, you like I say, you've got it all. So if you get, and it's a buffet, then you can go up as many times as you want. So if you get yourself a full English plate and you've gone to eat a couple of the sausages, which were hit and miss. One day I'd gone up and the sausages were like a baton. Next day, the sausages were fucking fantastic. And the day after, the sausages were okay again. And same with the bacon. It was a little bit, I like a crispy bacon myself. I can eat all bacon, but I prefer it crispy. One day it was crispy. The other day it was a bit of a stringy. And the other day it was crispy. It was hit and miss, in the sense of it's going to be shit or it's going to be really good. It was hit and miss, like grab a bit of the bacon and there might have been a better bit of bacon next to it. It's that sort of hit and miss. And if you want happy with that plate, you could always just, you know, get rid of it and you can build yourself a plate up or something else. So you're not going to go hungry. You're really not. You're going to fill yourself up for the day ahead of drinking, because that's what these weekends are all about. At the dinner is the ultimate buffet dinner, including salad bars, starters, mains, and desserts. Ultimate tea, coffee, and fruit juices. So you get unlimited tea, coffee, fruit juices throughout the day. So in the morning and dinner. So these pretty much same. So where in the morning you had the grill section where he would cook you a BLT. They would cook you a burger. Now, that was miss. I would not recommend that. The burger was fucking cold. The bun was cold. And I fucking didn't enjoy it. But the meals they had on were fantastic. They really were nice. You had a nice jalfrezi curry on one of the nights, which was spicy. And the rice was perfectly cooked. So I must have hit it at the right point. The other night, a bit of a carvery section, so I had a couple of cut meats. Ham was succulent. The roasties were fabulous. The gravy was even better, and it just filled you up to soak up that fucking alcohol you were going to quickly consume after this meal. They do have bars on, but again, you're going to have to pay for them if you want an alcoholic drink. But again, it is an unlimited buffet, so if you you went up there and I don't like that jalfrezi, you know, scrap it off and go up and get yourself something else. Wide range of meals. They do cover for vegetarians in both the breakfast and the mains. So yeah, if you are a veggie or vegan, you will find yourself something to eat. I highly recommend it. My friend who went with us is a vegetarian and she ate loads. So yeah, there is lots for vegetarians to eat. They do fish dishes, chicken. The chicken was banging. Even some of the vegetarian dishes were pretty nice. I have to admit. I had a couple of hot dogs, which were okay. But like I say, the carvery section was the one I generally gravitated to. But they do chips. They do chips. They do eggs. They do all sorts at tea. And again, they have puddings. They have fruits, pastas, the omelette station. They have it all. And the puddings were fantastic. Actually, a lot of the puddings were fantastic. They were ice cream. So serve yourself ice cream, which I had many times. Every meal we had, we were all full. You couldn't go wrong with this food package. And the next one we go to is the 80s, and I think we're just going for the ordinary dining experience, which we've been before, and it's not quite as good, but it's definitely well worth it. The only thing I wouldn't recommend doing is the bottomless brunch. It was quite expensive for what it is. The only way you're gonna make your money back is having at least 6 drinks. The food wasn't great. It wasn't like a buffet, an unlimited buffet. You had to pick a couple of items to get served, and it wasn't great. The alcohol was watered down, so the only way you're going to make your money back is if you stick to pints, and they're quite limited. They're quite limited, so if you're a Carlin drinker, you'll fucking fit right in. But other places to eat is Papa John's and Burger King. Now, Burger King after a night out, or Papa John's after a night out, can you beat them? Can you actually beat it? No, you can't, folks. No, you can't. So the location of Butlins in Skegness, you've got Skegness and you've got Ingermells, and they are a decent walk. So if you're feeling up to it, you can have a 15-20 minute walk to Ingermells or Skegness, and you've got beach bars, you've got the beach itself, and you got all the seaside shops you could ever wish for. You got amusement parks all over the place, which I'm not a big amusement park guy. I just throw up all the time. So yeah, the location of Skegness is absolutely beautiful, stunning, especially in June. Absolute fucking phenomenal. Weather was perfect. Got burnt to shit, but it was phenomenal. It was a great weekend, and hopefully I'll have the clip up of me walking to Ingermells so you can see the sights, the sunny sights of the Ingermells beach as we prepare to walk down to Buddy's and have a couple of strawberry and lime Copperbergs. Yeah, so it's not in a bad location either, and the accommodation at Skegness itself is okay. You're not getting 5 stars, folks. You've got your caravans and you've got your premium lodges. You got your little apartments, which I'm not familiar which one this apartment is, but we got ours the pretty standard. So we had the silver rooms, I think. They were all right. You're not really going there for the apartment. You're going there for a banging weekend. So as long as you're not fucking sleeping in shit, you're gonna be okay. The rooms, the apartments themselves, do need a lick of paint. So if you are listening, Butlins, the apartments do need a lick of paint. But again, you're not there for the apartment itself. That is for a place to lay your head, get ready, have a shower, and have some fucking drinks. Now, we went for the apartments, so we had a kitchen in ours because we were getting preloaded, folks. We were preloading. So before we were going out, we all met up at our apartment. We brought vodka, we brought gin, we brought Fireball, we brought MD 2020. To the anger of my friends, I suggested MD 2020. They weren't impressed. Mad Dog 2020 is nectar of the gods, if the gods are crackheads. So yes, we got preloaded. We all brought a crate each. We, like I said, there was vodka, there was gin, we have Fireball, which my suggestion, Fireball. If you ever see me, get me a shot of Fireball. We got preloaded, and one of our friends had a giant speaker, and we were just blasting out music and having a good old chinwag, a good old laugh. Pictures were taken of us all in our funny outfits. Shenanigans all over the place. Now, next time we are going for ground floor so we can open up the patio and get the furniture out in the beautiful Skegness air. And go into our apartments where we were in the Keys, if you're familiar with Skegness. It too could do with a lick of paint on the outside. It was very... for this weekend, I'm not too bothered, but looking at it, families do stay here, so you could see maybe these could do with a bit of a touch-up or even a spray down. If I had gone with my family, I would be absolute fucking fuming. That's how mad I would be. The rooms and the outside, it needs a lick of paint. It needs a bit of a touch up. And the weekends, and I imagine going with a family, the weekend or the week isn't cheap. So yeah, Skegness Butlins, you need to up your game. Again, comparing the weekends, 80s and 90s. The 80s slightly pips it for me, but if you're a single lad and you're going for, or a single lass and you're going, if you're a single lass and you like the old Silver Fox, get yourself in the 80s weekend. There's fucking sausage all over the place. If you're a single lad and all you're bothered is about clunge, if all you're bothered is about fingering someone on the dance floor, get yourself to a 90s weekend. 80s weekend, you probably will finger someone, but you know, it might be something out of the Skegness sea that you finger. You kinky motherfuckers out there. So again, on the pure basis of just having a fucking great time, the 90s is up there. I give this weekend, if I'm going to rate this weekend, I'm going to give it a 9. A 9. Highly recommend. Just for the people around, you could just talk to pretty much anyone and you'd have a decent conversation. And everyone just seems to get on, but it seems slightly better at the 80s weekend. Everyone is a little bit more chilled, a little bit up for a crack, up for a laugh. Definitely, they're not afraid of the PC culture. The 90s are not afraid of the PC culture, but they are aware of the PC culture. I hope that makes sense. The silent disco at both of these, both the 80s and 90s, are a hell of a good time. Hell of a good time. And Hot Shots, hell of a good time. Silent disco. Get yourself over there. If you're just having more 90s tunes or more 80s tunes, get yourself over to Hot Shots, get some silent disco on, and get yourself some, because they have a couple of cracking DJs and they play music from all over the place. So yeah, if you're sick of the 90s or 80s, get yourself into Hot Shots. So the big tent itself is a hell of a party. Hell of a party. You've got the big stage, which generally has a big DJ, Pat Sharp, or a big DJ, and you got quite a biggish dance floor, and then you got a seating area, which a lot of people do congregate in that seating area. A lot of people get tables set up, take their own little like cakes, finger buffet, drinks. The security do clamp down on drinks. I'm not familiar what they're like in that sort of area, but if you're walking in with a drink, they'll tell you, finish your drink before you're coming in here. Because at the end of the day, they do want to try and make some money. Skegness themselves, and the bouncers are being paid to do a job, so don't give the bouncers a hard time. They're just being paid to do a job. You'll have hell of a crack with the bouncers. So yeah, just they're there to do a job. Just let them do their job. Finish your drink before you go in, and you'll have, yes, hell of a time, folks, hell of a time. Again, the big tent itself, so there is little bars, little pop-up bars all over the place, so you're not going to go thirsty. There is the big bar jellyfish at the back, so you're definitely not going to go thirsty, and people seem to be queuing at these. Queuing, which I don't mind, rather than everyone getting 4 deep at the bar, and some prick who's just walked up and caught the eye of a barman or bar waitress and got in before you, and before you can say something, you're fucking, they've fucked off. Happens a lot. These just queue, so it's a swings and roundabouts, folks. I appreciate the queuing, but again, I like the 4 deep at the bar, but I think I prefer queuing. My age, I appreciate the queuing. So you get yourself in the queue and you know you're going to get served. No prick is going to walk in front of you and get served, unless you're one of them type of people. We generally didn't party in the big tent ourselves. We either went to Studio 36 or Reds or Centre Stage. What I saw, people all over the place were just having a fantastic, wonderful time. People laughing all over the place. I didn't see an angry eye. I didn't see people getting pissed off. I didn't see people fighting or people breaking up or people scrapping. It was just a fun old weekend. So we are at the end of this review. I'm pretty sure I've covered everything I wanted to. I've probably missed a load out. Probably missed a whole lot out. Now, so eat my shorts and talk to the hand. The 90s weekend is fantastic. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. I give it a 9. If you find yourself, I wonder what to do on a stag do, or I wonder what we could do, as a group to get together. Get this on your list. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. Get this on your list. You won't be disappointed. You will have a hell of a time. You may get some fingering. You may have a good old finger. You may have a good old fingering on the dance floor. You may have a good old snogging on the dance floor. But all filth aside, you'll have yourself a fantastic weekend with friends, with family, with loved ones, and with strangers alike. You will make new friends. You will make long-lasting friends. And with friendship that has already been, will blossom into an even stronger friendship. Let me know your thoughts. Is this something you are interested in? Is it something you're thinking of going to? Have you been to the 80s as well? And you can compare it. I've been to a Ministry of Sound one, and I'm not comparing it to these 2 weekends. That's a different type of weekend altogether. But this I highly recommend. So if you're thinking about it, don't delay. Get yourself booked in. You won't regret it. That is me signing off. We have completed the 90s Reload weekend. So hasta la vista, baby. If you liked the video, smash that like button and please think about subscribing to me. If you didn't like the video, I thank you anyway for staying this long, and I do hope I can change your mind in the future. If I really upset you, sweet baby ink and Melissa McCunty are calling. Go answer that call, because I really could not give a flying fuck. Talk to the hand. I will see you in my next video. Peace.